Hi, welcome. It is Monday, September 10th. Holy bananas. We literally have 3 months left in this year. Where did it go? Hold on, this is really bright. All right, perfect. Okay, so today I wanted to, or tonight, I guess, I wanted to go over no. I think it's something a lot of us struggle with is the word no. We take it personally, or we take it as like a direct reflection to us, or we kind of take it as like the end all be all, and we've got to write them off and move on. I want to change your mindset on no, because I feel like that is where a lot of salespeople, and I hate to call us that because we're not, but a lot of Beachbody coaches struggle is getting past that no. And I specialize in it because by the time that conversation is over, they're buying from me. And so this is what he brings me to drink. Get married, they say. It'll be fun, they say. Shit. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, no. But no, I specialize, I take pride in no's. And so I want you guys, I'm literally going to get this made on a t-shirt. No is not final. No just means hug them harder and tighter. And I will let you, y'all are laughing. I'll explain that, but I want to start. So whenever you're having a conversation with somebody and they automatically, it's going to go one of two ways. You're going to be talking to them. They're going to ask about the program and you're going to tell them, or you're going to invite them and they're going to flat out say no. What do you do when you get that no? Do you get, oh my God, that's another no. That's another person that doesn't want to join me. Or do you get like, okay, great, we're breaking down a wall. Every single no is an opportunity. I want you guys to remember that every single no is an opportunity to break down another wall. Because if they're saying yes, oh my gosh, yes, or they're not asking a lot of questions and they're just saying yes, 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 they're being yes sirs. They are not going to end up buying from you. It is not until you start breaking down those walls and getting a little vulnerable and they start asking deeper questions that you're going to get that yes, and it's actually going to mean a yes. And so if you get that first no, like say you invite them. So I say, blah, 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 I'm running a test group. I've lost X amount of weight. I would love for you to join me. Would you be interested in this or somebody else that you know? And they say no. I'm like, all right, homegirl, mission accepted. And so then what I say to that no, where some people, which we're not those people, but some coaches will say, oh my gosh, that no, okay, that's cool. I'll have another group next month. That is not what I want you to say. You will never give them the opportunity and the option to join you next month. You will never put that thought in their head because that next month will never come. And so when they say no, you'll be like, okay, girl, I totally get that this might not be your thing right now. Are you enjoying like what you're currently doing? Are you currently in your own fitness journey? Opening up a conversation. That's forcing them to talk to you. And you're just basically asking and investing in them. And at this point, they're not thinking you're selling to them or trying to sell them something. They are basically thinking that, oh, this person actually cares about me as a human being. MLMs have such a bad stigma. How many It Works people have slid into your DMs trying to sell you shit? Or how many freaking, what's the lip sense or unique or that shampoo? I don't even know what it's called. How many of them have slid into your DMs trying to buy, like, it's just slimy. They don't care you about as a person. They're just like, hey, I've got this sale going on. It's $3.99 for 2 wraps. Are you in or not? Like, swear, like you don't even know me. And so people have already got their guard up because they feel like they're being sold to every which way. So if we slide in with an invite, they might take that as, oh, they're selling to me at the beginning. But where we change their mind is at the no. And so again, if you get that no, be happy about it because that gives you the opportunity to get to know them and change their mind. And so once you get that no and you invest in them, they're like, yeah, I'm doing keto. Okay, awesome, girl. Like, that's amazing. How is it working for you? Are you seeing results? And then they might tell you, oh, well, girl, it's been tough, but I'm staying steady. Then you can open up a conversation about it and just talk to them about it as a person. Those are not going to be your sales this month. I'm going to get that out of your mind. You probably will not sell those people if they're doing it something else this month. But next month or the month after, they're going to come because they're going to remember you invested in them as a person and you weren't just trying to shove Beachbody down their throat. And so that is what I mean by hug them harder. And I'll show you another example. And so if you're talking to them and they say no, or they, I'm trying to think of the scenario. They say no because of the cost. All the time we get no because of cost. And I don't want you to take no as a cost for an answer. And I don't want you to push, but I want you to kind of pry a little bit. Because how many times do we get no, like, oh, that's too expensive, or oh, I can't afford that, or they ghost you? How many times do you just take that as the final result because you feel defeated, or because you feel like, that's just another no, like I've invested all this time in this person and it's literally gone nowhere? Can I see some hands? Because I know at least some of you guys have done that. I want you to take that again as an opportunity to dig deeper, hug them harder, get to know them. Because I promise you, that no that they just gave you is nothing to do with the money. Sometimes it is. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it is. But most of the time, it's an underlining issue that they don't want to talk about. But it's your job as their future coach to push them to talk about it. And I'm not saying like literally push them in, but ask again. Okay, so aside from money, I always say this if they have that money objection. So beside money, is there anything else stopping you from doing this? Or what else is scaring you to do this? That is where you're going to get the real pain point. Because y'all, there are some situations where people just seriously can't afford it. But 9 times out of 10, every single time we want something, we will find a way to pay for it. This iPhone X that I have right here, I didn't need this shit. I couldn't afford it. I opened up a credit card at Apple to get it on credit for 0 interest because I wanted the phone. Did I need it? No. But my mind was made up that I needed it and I was going to find a way. And that's the same thing with this. If we instill in them that they need this, that they want this, and at the end of the conversation, we have them thinking they came to us, they're going to end up buying, even if they said that they weren't going to, because they believe in this just as much as you do. And that all starts with you. Do you believe in Beachbody? Maybe you've gotten some results, or maybe you're just feeling better now that you're taking care of yourself. Reflect that in the conversation, because if you talk to them with confidence, if you talk to them like no was not an option, they're not going to think no. Or if they do say no and they ghost you, they're going to remember you next month. And so it's all about changing the mentality. And so I know it's going to be hard. But I want you to do this exercise, and this is what I did at the beginning, because I used to take no's really hard. Like I used to cry when I got a no, and this was literally my entire first month, I would get a no and I would bawl because I thought it was personal towards me. I thought I wasn't doing a good job, or I wasn't going to be able to help these people, and that's why they're saying no. And it was not me. It's always them, and they are just not ready. How many of you guys said no to me at first? Brittany, Heather, Charmaine, she ghosted me for a while. Bree, how many? Well, Heather didn't really, because she knew me from down the road, so. But she had her own little predicament. She was still a little flaky. But I want you guys to know, like, you guys were not one and dones. Some of you guys, yes, I was able to help on the first time. But 9 of 10 out of you guys said no to me at least twice before you joined me. So why do you think you would be any different when you're helping somebody? I think I'm awesome. And if you awesome people said no to me, other awesome people are going to say no to you at least twice. And so you have to think about that. You're not the exception if you get, there's nothing wrong with you if you get no. The only time Something's wrong is if you're getting a bunch of yeses, because I don't know, but even Ashley Molstead doesn't get all yeses. And so you just got to know that you are not the exception for getting a no. That no is nothing personal on you as a coach. That no is just something they have to deal with, but it's also a challenge. And I don't know about y'all, but I like to accept challenges because it gives me a chance to know them as a person and invest in them as a person. And so I really want you guys to practice this. And when you slide into people's DMs, which I want in the chat, how many invites you've sent this week. It's Monday, so how many invites you've sent today? How many no's have you gotten? Because if you sent 10 invites, you should have at least gotten 5 no's by now. Or ghost or something like that, because y'all, it's gonna happen. But I want you to push past that no. Sometimes they're going to ghost you at that, but that's okay. That showed that you are investing in them as a person, so that next time you invite them next month, they're going to be like, oh, I'm not going to ghost this person because she was literally cared about me as a human being. Or you're going to check in with them. Hey girl, how's keto doing? I literally signed someone 45 minutes ago that was told me no, told me that the gym was her happy place. Well, I messaged her yesterday and she said she hadn't been to the gym in like a month because she can't get there anymore because of her new job, and she signed up. What if I'd have wrote her off? What if I had said, oh, she says the gym's her happy place, she's never going to join me, let me just not follow up with her? That is why the power is in the follow-up. Do you have a follow-up system? Because y'all, I know you're feeling defeated right now, especially if you've been doing this for 30 days or whatever. You're new coaches. Every single one of you guys are new. So I'm sure you're feeling defeated. I'm sure what's going on in your head right now is, I'm not cut out for this. This isn't for me. I'm obviously not good at this because no one's answering me. I've been there. I've had every single one of those doubts. But you are in your first month. People are watching you. People are waiting on you to fuck up. And that second that you finish a program, or that second that you don't screw up, they're going to be like, she's actually serious. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to see what she's about. But y'all are never going to know that unless you just keep going. If you give up, you're never going to know. And so I know this is hard. I'm not discrediting that. I'm sure you guys have slid into a lot of DMs and gotten ghosted, and you're getting tired of it. You're like, this is just not for me. I'm not making any money. I'm not doing this. Or maybe you're not even messaging people and you just feel like defeated because nobody's coming to you. Homegirl, nobody comes to me. I just got that swipe up feature on Instagram and I still ain't getting nobody swipe up. Like, I got 10,000 followers. Why the fuck ain't nobody swiping up? I'm like, swipe up. Just come do it with me. Nobody wants to. So you're not an exception. We are all struggling with this. But the difference between someone who's successful and someone who fails is they don't give up. When shit gets hard, when it hits the fan, they push through. And so are you going to push through those no's? Are you going to look at those no's as an opportunity, not a closed door? Because I promise you, girls, when you switch that mentality that they are not closed doors, that they are open doors. And so I want to give you another option, another example. Hold on, let me take a sip of my sippy cup. Why does my husband bring this to me? All right, I'm surprised Brittany's not trying to Instagram that right now. That's usually what she does. Gets me in the most awkward positions. Okay. I was going somewhere with that, wasn't I? Okay, but no, I really, and I want you, and you know what? We're going to do a role play. I was in insurance before this. I don't know if any of you guys know that. So I was an insurance salesperson. I was really bad at it, like really bad. But one thing I was really good at was role plays, because I liked when people threw shit at me. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his toe. Let's go to Brittany, because I just called her out. All right, Brittany. I'm Susie.
Hey, Susie.
And you messaged me about an invite. So Do you have like you have a template invite that you use, right?
Yeah.
All right, read it to me
Okay.
as I'm sipping my sippy cup.
Like our invite or our, like, get to know you type
No,
thing?
you're inviting me. I've liked your post or something. I want to throw you some curveballs and you use what and so they can kind of see it in action. Because I know I've talked to you about this a little bit, so.
So my like regular generic one is, hey, I'm about a year into my fitness journey since having my daughter and could not have done it without my tribe always motivating me to keep going. I have an online group where we all hold each other accountable and motivate each other to reach our goals. My next challenge group starts whenever and we have some awesome things planned. Would you want to join us or know someone who would?
Yeah. What do you say back? I say yeah.
That sounds awesome. What are your current fitness goals right now?
Lose weight.
Crickets. I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, and so that's something that I want to talk to you guys about because people are going to do that. Heather gets freaking hearts. Like they just like to send her hearts back. And so that's like a no. When I'm saying one word, yeah, lose weight, cool, okay, those are basically no's.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you call them out and say, okay, girl, like I see that you said you're interested, but I don't feel that you're interested. Like what's holding you back? Where's your mind at? That is challenging them. It's pushing them further. Like, oh wow, she knew that I wasn't all there. Like, I guess I've got to actually tell her what's on my mind. Oh, I'm just scared because I've tried XYZ diet and it didn't work. Now you're getting to the pain point. That is our job as coaches, is to find their pain point. And usually it is hidden so deep. And I know taking the time to invest in these conversations takes time. And if you don't sell at the end of the day, you're like, well, fuck, I just wasted an hour of my time or 2 hours of my time or 3 days of my time talking to this person. And she said no. Ask Charmaine, because Charmaine is my OG. Those are her sales this month that she talked to 5 months ago and said was a waste of time are buying this month. So guys, if you change the mentality to nothing is a waste of time, it is just another opportunity to be a best friend with this person. Because that's all we're doing is planting the seed. I don't know if you guys ever read the book, but it's like there's a tree, right? You've got to build a tree. But to build a tree, you've got to plant seeds. So you dig the dirt, you put a seed in there. It ain't just going to like magically appear. You've got to water the seed. So you sending that invite is planting that seed. That seed ain't going to grow without you watering it. Every time you invest in them as a person, every time you ask questions about them, every time you check up on them is watering that seed. And guess what? That seed is bound to turn into a big ass tree, which is a challenger. But you've got to keep watering it. If you give up with you water it once and give up, it's just going to sit there for me to come take. And I love you guys. I don't want to take your challengers. And so I don't know. Has any of this been helpful? Where are y'all's thought processes at? I see a lot of blank stares at me, and I love this about small team calls because I can see your faces. Except Charmaine, and I'm sure she turned that off because she's sleeping. But same with Caitlin. Just kidding. There we are. So I want to hear from you guys real quick. Where are your heads at? What do you guys think when you hear now? Let me talk. Let's get a little personal, so I'm not just preaching this entire time. Not all of you talk at once.
I'll talk.
Oh my God.
Well, honestly, I would say listen to what she's saying because it worked. Because the girl I just signed up, she told me no in the beginning. So I had to dig a little deeper. And by the end of the conversation, she signed up with me over the weekend. So.
You mean I'm not just speaking garbage?
No, you're never speaking garbage. It's just.
You're just hard-headed?
Yeah.
Okay, but Charmaine, and I'm just going to pick on her because I know I can. Did you not tell me it was a waste of time? You're like, I'm going to try it because I'm always going to try things, but I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I said it was a waste of time. Because I felt, this is just me, I felt once they say no, like they have their mind set on it. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, who do you think you are? You're not going to convince me to do this. And by the end of the conversation, she was like, oh yeah, I'm so intimidated about going to the gym and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, girl, that was me. Like, that was my problem. And I had to put on a front on Instagram like I was enjoying the gym, but I wasn't. So I was like, yeah, something got to give. And
then I slid into your DMs.
Yeah, the rest was history.
See, like, and Charmaine, she messaged me, and again, I'm throwing you under the bus here, and I'm good at that. But like when we get closer, which I hope to get super close with all of you girls, I'll throw you all under the bus. I promise. I know that makes you want to get close to me, right? But she at the beginning was so frustrated because she kept getting all these no's, and she wasn't signing anyone. And so we had this conversation, and she was like, I'm going to try. Because that's us as coaches. We need to be sponges. We need to try everything. It might not work. This method might not work for you. I mean, it's definitely going to, but I'm just being real, like trying to be savvy or whatever. But it might not work, but you've got to try it to see if it isn't working. Because I want you to ask yourself right now, and I'm done with you. I want you to ask yourself right now, is what you're doing working? Are you signing just a shitload of challengers? Are you signing coaches, or are you getting no's after no's after no's and feeling defeated with every one of them? And you don't have to answer aloud, but I just want you to reflect on that, because if you keep getting the no's and you're not signing in one, you've got to know something's got to change. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And so if our nutrition is just shitty every single day, week after week, do we expect to get better results? No. Because doing the same, eating like crap week after week is not going to get us better results. And so not inviting week after week, or not pushing past the no's week after week, how do we expect to become a six-figure owner? We don't. And so y'all, just do it for a month. When those invites come in and they tell you no, just ask them as a person. Take the sale away and just act like you're trying to get new friends. Like me, I'm on Bumble BFF because I'm like desperate for friends at this point. Yeah, I said that. So like, I'm just acting like all these people on Instagram I'm talking to, like I'm just trying to become friends. Like the sale is off the table. Once you change it to that mentality, just trying to get to know people, then y'all, I'm telling you, you're gonna start helping people. But the second you keep that dollar sign on their head, like they're only good for me if I sign them up for a challenger. Like I only care about them if they sign up as a challenger. You're never gonna get them to sign up. The second you think of them, okay, I just want to know what this person's doing. Like, how's their workouts going? Or like, how's the gym going? Or what happened with their doctor's appointment? They're going to remember that and know that I trust this person. I want to sign up with this person. So please, I ask you so much, just try. Okay, so Charmaine talked. What is other thoughts? Bree, I know you've been struggling. What are your thoughts? See, I know Bree. I threw her under the bus. See, we're friends now.
Still kind of frustrated, I guess. I'm trying to stay positive because, like, in my head, like I know this is what I want to do because this is my third time being a coach.
Mm-hmm.
First one was a few years ago. I wasn't really into it. Second time was just for discount. So when I decided that I wanted to do this, I knew, like, this is what I want to do. Finally, my first time in my life. I know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do it. So that kind of keeps me going. But I know this is it. But it's definitely still. I noticed that like for instance, like when I do my Instagram stories or my followers, like I have a lot. Like it's slowly building. So even though I'm not really getting yeses yet, I noticed people are definitely more interested than they were at first. So it's kind of like everyone's like now watching. Like, so, and this is my last week of Live 4. So I think once I finish that, people were like you said, like, oh, she finished that. Wow, cool. Like,
So you've been
so,
getting a lot of like inbox no's.
yeah.
So what have you been doing with those no's?
Depending on what they say, if it's, well, a lot of people don't, it's either like, they'll be like, oh, if it's not this month, you know, I
And
usually
what
will
do you
say,
say?
like, oh, okay. I usually say, well, I'll follow up with you next month. Or if it's a lot of times when I go through the whole
And see,
spiel and
you're
they're all
giving them
excited
an
about it,
out
and then I tell
right
them
there.
what it is.
And I know I'm
Yeah.
not meaning to be harsh or anything, but you saying, oh, I'll follow up with you next month is giving them an out. We
Okay.
never want to know them to know we have a next challenge group or we're following up with them next month unless we absolutely know by the end of the conversation they cannot sign up this month. And so by you saying that, you're giving them an out. And so if they're saying, oh, not right now, like I'm good right now, then why don't you try to say, okay, girl, like I totally understand. Maybe that's not the great time. Like, why not right now? Like, what's going on in your life? Is everything okay? You've moved it from a sale into caring about them as a person. And that is what we're doing here, y'all. We are not in the business of selling shit. If you want to sell shit, go over to Unique or go over to It Works or something like that. Like, go sell something to someone else. But we are in the business of changing lives. And so that means we need to invest in them as people because, y'all, at the end of the day, every single challenge pack I sell, every single one of you guys, which, yes, I make commission on every single one of you guys, but I love you as people. Y'all's lives matter. And so if I would have just acted like you guys were just dollar signs, I wouldn't be running these team calls or I wouldn't be investing in you guys in your lives. I wouldn't know, Brittany and her farm or Heather lives right down the road or, I wouldn't know you and moving apartments and stuff. Like I wouldn't invest in your guys' lives. And so I want you to invest even if they don't pay for it because that will turn into a challenge pack. Believe it. I believe it. I'm still talking to people that told me no, and I'm literally still talking to them in my inbox. I mean, I'm not like religiously talking to them every single day, but I still check in on them. And so we've got to change that mentality because that's when we're going to be successful. And remember, y'all, we're hustling hard. We hustle, but we lead with our heart. And our hearts care about people a little bit, unless they're annoying. Just kidding. Really kidding. Let's see. Erica, where's your head at? I unmuted you.
Oh, yes, I see.
How are you feeling? I know you don't do as much with the business, and that's why I'm just kind of touching base with you.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of, I have a friend of mine who did it, and she wanted to do like a challenge with and that sort of thing, but I don't see the changes in her that I saw in you. And you said to me, just give me 8 weeks, and I gave it, and here I am. So I'm excited to still be here.
I'm excited that you're still here. And I'm excited that you're still doing this, and I'm excited that you're seeing changes gradually.
Yeah.
And you're here. And that means that you're seeing these programs changing your life enough to show up to a team call.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Me too. And
so if you just share that passion with just people, even your friends and family right now, since you're still in the very beginning of stages, just talk to them, your friends and the family, and be like, y'all, I usually give up. I'm literally here 8 weeks from now. And I'm like shocked myself.
Yeah.
And take those small victories, which I know you've been struggling with a little bit, the smaller victories, but like take the small victories and run with them, girlfriend.
I got myself a pair of smaller jeans yesterday. From Old Navy sale? Yeah.
Yes!
I haven't arrived yet, but I'm excited those to be my non-scale victories.
I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Gosh, I'm so proud of you. All right. How about you, Lindsay? How are you feeling, girlfriend?
So, figure out, I actually have a message already typed for you. Just figuring out, it's nice. I've been sitting in on the team meetings because I know I told you, I kind of wanted to start around, October,
live for, like actually kind of
Documenting your journey and sharing it and all that.
So I've just been like kind of stalking like all the different coaches, like being that person. Yeah.
No, that's what I tell you guys to do, because they're successful. And so if we want to be successful, we need to look at what they're doing, not copy it, but mirror it and use it as inspiration. So totally.
Yeah, it's kind of like finding my own like path, like where I kind of fit into it.
Exactly.
So, like doing that, it definitely helps. Like I've seen like by documenting stuff, like because I have another friend of mine, she like kind of does her own fitness thing, and I've talked to her about Beachbody and like told her like, hey, like I'm getting ready to do this thing in like a month or so, like and like we've talked about it. But it's kind of nice, like sometimes when I don't document things, like she'll message me like, hey, did you work out today? So just seeing that,
and that's the best, and
that might happen a little bit more.
Exactly. And I honestly think that is the best part about being coaches, is it holds us accountable onto another level. That's the whole reason I decided to become a coach. Because I couldn't do it on my own. So I was like, I might as well make it my job, and then maybe I'll stick to my diet and exercise plan. Hallelujah, it worked. And so if you're struggling with that, then yeah, that's a perfect. And being a coach is not just documenting our journey, but it's also reaching out and helping people. And I know how scary that is, but I promise you, the fear is mutual. They're scared to reach out to you just like you're scared to reach out to them. And so if we go into it with that mentality, just like the no's, if we go into them with the mentality of no is just a reflection of their pain, or no is just a reflection of them trying to reflect what is actually feeling, like what's actually wrong with them, y'all, the lives will be freaking changed. And so I wanted to keep this call a little shorter, but I did thank you guys all for sharing too. But I did really, really just want you guys to hone in on that. And really just kind of move forward with knowing that no is not the end. No is the beginning of the conversation. And if you need, get yourself a sticky note. Put no is not the end of the conversation. It's the beginning. And put it on your laptop. Put it on your cell phone. Make a background saver on your phone. But just remind yourself that every single day, because you're going to get those no's and you're going to feel defeated, like you just wasted your time. And when you see that, you're going to be like, you know what? I didn't. This just gives me an opportunity to get know them better as a person. All right, you guys. Was this helpful? I hope it was. Or did I just talk in circles? Okay. Hold on one second. Let me end the recording.